your life starts with you. If you don't have love yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, if you have weakness in yourself, so that is where always you have been having it. So how does it change? There's two ways. There's something called awakening. Awakening is going to wake you up to learn. See, everything should be learned. To be moving your self-hate, you have to be going this inspiration. Hey guys, welcome to the Rubasha Family Podcast. And here, it's a family where we sit with the boys and each other. We speak, we share what we have in our mind. And that's how life is. That's what we're going to teach you. Sit with your family, sit with your friends. We tell the story. We tell what is in our mind. Today, I'm with Niva.
Yes,
Rubasha
sir.
is going to tell you what is in his mind. Niva, what are you going to tell us today?
What's on my mind today? Yeah. Thank you for having me. Ndiezeye, thank you for hosting me. But yeah, no, we want to talk about, I know you're obviously going to Kenya next week. You're going to Kenya and Rwanda?
Kenya and Rwanda. And then you go holiday in South Africa.
Oh, so you're going Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa. Okay, cool. So you're going back to Africa. Lucky you going back home.
Yeah, it's good to go back home.
Yeah, good to go back be with your people. But yeah, we want to talk about the rise of diasporas now, more than ever, going back home and why they fail. You know, how to be successful as a diaspora. This one's going to be about how to be successful as a diaspora and why so many diasporas fail going back home. Because we hear so many stories, bad stories. Like we hear the occasional good story. You know, I feel like there's the occasional story of this guy went back to Africa, he made it. This guy went back to Africa. But for the most part, 80% of diasporas who are going back, they're just failing. They're going broke. They're losing everything.
Yeah.
And so what's going on there?
Marketing is all about storytelling. Dad, when we first started this business, what did you say to me?
I said, yes, we do a podcast.
Why?
Because I want to tell our story.
Why?
Because I know the story builds a legacy.
Builds a legacy. And that is exactly what we do here at ETS Rubasha Media. We market your story on social media so you could build a legacy for those who come after you, to build your business and your personal brand.
Yeah, follow us on our platform. Go on our website, etsrubashamedia.com.
This is about legacy, and it is about showing up on social media every single day, because if you don't show up, your competition will.
Yeah, so one thing I can say, because I experienced that. So first, most diaspora going back, they fail. So there's two things make you fail, because also sometimes we go back because of emotions.
Like what kind of emotions?
So emotions say, oh, it's back home. I have level. I've been working in this country. I've been for many years.
So you mean like people frustration?
Yes, frustration.
Frustrations, yeah.
Yes, and you have money. Let me
like
go
I'm sick of this
home.
shit. Let me go back home where it's easy. Yeah.
They don't give me my promotion. They don't keep thinking there. Money has not make enough.
It's
money.
racist here. They don't. I miss my food. I miss my culture.
I don't continue to work with these white people.
With these white people,
Maybe to start this one.
So
those emotions, when they take you back, it's most those people the one who fail.
Yes.
So
because they don't really have a plan.
Yes, you don't have a plan.
Yeah.
You're going back home because of emotion, the stress, the family, everything there. And then maybe you have some fund in the bank, you have something there, and then say, I'm going. So majority of people goes like that.
Yeah.
So the people who make it, they're people who already have business plan.
Yeah, because I feel like, because I think when you're going back to Africa, I think what a lot of people, they don't account for is it's a broken system.
Yes, it's a broken system.
So, so I think people here, they might get to a point where they'll save like maybe 30, 40, 50,000. And I mean, 30, 40, 50,000 is a lot of money in Africa, in most countries, right? 30, 40,000, it's a lot of money. But at the same time, when you're in Africa, there's no income coming in.
Yes.
So that 30,000...
It's not even about that. Even if you took $1 million, See, some people who went with enough money.
Yeah.
So now the other thing,
But you be right with $1 million. You be good with $1 million.
it's good to end. People went 2 million, 1 million is good to go on the drain, and they can come back to Australia.
You know some people who.
Yes, 2 millions, 1 million.
And how long did they stay for?
Maybe 3-4 years.
Damn, 3 years.
Yes. So every money it can, because again the system is broken.
And what's that? But he didn't spend $1 million. He invested.
You invested in the business.
Yeah.
So because the system is broken, and the people you are working with is not trust. The system when it's broken, it's easy to lose.
Yeah.
But because you have enough cash flow, you go to think, you go to make it.
Yeah.
But people you are working with, every person you are working with, when you go back home as a diaspora, they don't see you as one of them.
They see
you as a foreigner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they see, oh, this person, he has money. That is why he came here.
That's why I came here.
Why even you came here back anyway? So they want even, why do you think to come back here?
Yeah.
See, that is the things. When you're a diaspora and you want to go back to live back home, people, they want, this person is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like why would you leave? Yeah, why would you leave? Yeah.
Why you leave Australia to come to die here? You got to think there.
Yeah.
So that negativity now also it make to get people who trust you to work with you. Your employees, your suppliers, everybody. You want to take something from you. You want to steal from you.
What's the main business you would say people go from here and they think, yeah, I can do that. It'll be easy to start there. What's the main? What's the most one you hear? Because I hear a lot of time like a bar, cafe, like a lot of brick and mortar type of business.
Yes. So most majority who I went. Most is just more hospitalities.
Hospitalities.
Yes, bars,
like bars, hotels.
Or also sometimes other goes to... So the one who are successful now I can see, the one maybe who go thereby with technology.
Like internet.
Yes.
Or something like that, yeah.
Product and the system. So the one with the internet, those they already...
So let's talk about, because we were talking about this earlier, but so let's talk about it. So I was saying to you the other day, in Africa, when you're a diaspora, when you're diaspora, even foreigner, when you go somewhere and you build something, right? If you're going to build something that is a brick and mortar, something that's tangible, something that people can see, touch, an establishment, you can never get too big. Because when you get too big and you get too rich, you hear this story so many times. Like you hear with the Rwandese guy who went to Kenya. I hear it with Nigerians, like some Nigerians come from the UK or Nigerians come from the US, they go back to Nigeria. Why is it when you're getting too big, like you're getting too much money, they don't let you sustain or they don't let you keep that money?
So that's the other things now. And sometimes I can say something, people think, oh, why can you say that? Africa, we still have among ourselves. We still don't know who we are. So we are not Africans. If you're Rwandese, you go to Kenya, they don't see you as African.
You're Rwandese.
You're Rwandese. If you're Nigeria, they see you are Nigerian.
You're Nigerian.
So we don't have that identity.
We still have tribalism.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have tribalism.
Yeah.
So we become Africans when we're overseas. Oh, look, those Africans. And then they start complaining about racism, everything there.
Yeah.
But the race it's home.
It's within ourselves.
So now, they have thinking if you are not local, why are you going to make more money than
the locals?
So that is always...
They never think like you working hard.
Yeah,
you did what you earned your...
Yes. And then now always they fear. So because if you raise that certain level, they may attack you. So because also politicians, they are corrupt.
Yep.
So they take advantage to know who is the foreigners there.
Yeah.
So
and the police too, because they start with the police. They'll bring a police officer. The police officer will say, "Yo, I need a little something," and then now they know you give it.
That's what we call corruption. So corruption, they know this person is a foreigner. He registered the company. He's doing business. He's trying to do it the best, but because of that, they will come to be bribed. So that is the broken system which is there. It's targeting their own. It doesn't matter if you are Rwandese or you are Nigeria because you are African, and you are diaspora. Even if you are diaspora, you are
even if
Kenyan
you're Kenyan,
diaspora,
but you're Kenyan diaspora.
You are foreign.
Yeah. So let's talk about. I want to talk about the two people who I know. Two stories. I don't know. Maybe if you know a story, you can tell it. But I'm going to talk about the two stories I know. So the first guy is what's his name? The Rundis. What was his name? Was it Marcus? The Rundis went to Kenya for the Club B Club.
Oh, big club. Yeah.
What was his? Do you know his name?
Yeah, but sometimes we don't know what the story is behind it.
No. I researched it.
Yes.
So what happened? So what had happened was he started a nightclub, and his nightclub started doing well, and this guy was going overwork. He was putting in a lot of work. The nightclub started getting big. I even remember at the time I was following it on Instagram. I was following him on Instagram, and he kind of became like a mini Kenyan celebrity. He even bought like a motorbike into the club. He bought a Rolls Royce. He had like the first ever Kenyan nightclub. Even the layout, it looked like it was somewhere in the States or somewhere. It was crazy. Bottle service, VIP, and it was going up. So apparently he started getting hit with the bribes. The Kenyan police coming saying, hey, listen, we need this bribe, or we need this. But the problem is in Africa, once you start giving a bribe, the bribes don't stop. You see, it's not like you give a bribe to one person and that bribe stops. That you give a bribe and then another guy comes and says, yo, I need a little bit of something. Then another guy says, hey, I got school fees. Then another guy. So he said no. He eventually got to the point where he was getting milk dry. He said, no, if I'm giving all the money to you, how am I making? And so they took him to court. They put a stop on his club. And then they sued him. The Kenyan judge sued him because they said he was making too much noise. The club was making too much noise. So it was too many residents were complaining because of the noise complaint. And then he wouldn't also pay the fines because apparently there's fines for the noise complaint. And then he didn't pay the noise complaints. And then before you know it, the club shut down. I don't know where he's at now. I don't even know if he's still in Kenya. But see, now you've destroyed an opportunity that was helping the system.
Yes, but also Kenya, also other things they do. Kenya, I learn also they competitive. So sometimes also they can take you out of the business because they don't want that competition.
But that's all Africa though, not just Kenya. That's all Africa.
Yes,
if you go and do something that a competitor is doing,
So it doesn't mean necessarily they go to take everything from you.
Yeah, that's true.
They make you tired. So now somebody local, so he has to do it.
He got to do that.
Yeah, so they don't like, especially Kenyans, they don't like competition from foreigners.
Yeah.
So it's nature. Maybe it's all everywhere.
I think that's general. That's general.
So that's what I'm saying. We are more racist. That we are not Africans. We don't love each other.
Yeah.
It's reality.
Yeah.
So if you're needs to get a job in Kenya, it's not that easy. So it's the same. If we are Kenyan,
they call it
in Rwanda. It's not.
They call it. It was pretty serious in South Africa at one point. They were calling it. They call it xenophobia.
Yes.
That's the name, xenophobia. When you start turning on.
You see, even in South Africa, even worse.
Foreigners, yes.
So that I'm saying how African, we have to think our identity. White people in South Africa, no one called them foreigners. But when they see a black, a Rwandese, or a Kenyan, or Congolese, they call the whole foreigner. How does it make sense? Because we lost our identity. We lost who we were. And that is why we become slave. Yes. We become slave because we are weak in the mind. We didn't know exactly who we are.
Yeah, we don't know who we are.
This is the thing we're trying to bring to teach.
We're the only people in the world who agreed to sell out people.
Yes.
To slaves. The Chinese never sold themselves. The Indians never sold themselves.
So now that is
no one sold themselves.
That's what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
What you're talking about now, you go in Rwanda, you go in Kenya, you go South Africa, they see different passport, different language. They don't think you are African.
Yeah, sell them.
They call you African name. They cool thinking. See, that's competition.
But why is that though?
It's because we have never taken our identity. So if I say I'm Ndiezeye Rubasha, we change it because we used to have alloys, we used to have all those white names. So now we are more like, if we're influenced.
But how will having our identity stop the corruption?
So it's stop corruption now. When we have one identity, we know we are Africans. No, we have to know identity to know who we are first. we're Africans. We're not Rwandese, we're not Kenyans, we're on anything there. So to know that is with our identity.
We're actually Kushites. That's the name. Because even Africa was a name that was given by white men.
Yes.
We're Kushites. So that's the real name. We're Kushites.
So now that's the identity, because if you see me, you got to say, oh, that person is black. So if it's black, you should have African name.
Yeah.
You see? You don't see a Nigerian person and then say, oh, Emmanuel.
But have you noticed, see how you talk about this name thing? The more I've been paying attention to it, you notice how even not just Africans, but like, see, even African Americans, even they know deep down inside that they've been colonized. Because how comes every African American has like a nickname?
See?
You see what I'm saying? Like no one ever, you notice like the rappers, they never go by their name.
Yes,
or even nicknames, or kids go in the hood. They say, yo, I'm T Mac. Yeah, I'm T Mac, or I'm G Wade, or I'm Lil this.
They have to create. They don't like what they have.
They know deep. Yeah, they know deep down inside when they hear like Christopher Markinson.
Yes,
they don't like. They know that name.
They don't want to be.
That's a slate. Yeah, they know they don't want to resonate with that name because they know that name really doesn't resonate with or doesn't reflect who they are.
So that's why all America, they have all those nicknames to represent them. You know, to change the way.
Even in the UK, same. Those kids all have nicknames. Like even
every star, every rapper have nicknames.
Every black person has like a nickname.
Yes.
You know, they never.
The nickname, it doesn't matching like white names.
A white
It's not going to be John or Joseph.
Never.
And then when you look his name, he has those
things.
There.
It's like you know, like Wilfred. you know Zaha, Wilfred Zaha.
Yeah.
Zaha, the football player. His name's Wilfred. Yeah. But he never calls himself, because Wilfred's such a white name.
Yes.
That is such a white name. It's old, ancient, that's like old Abraham Lincoln type, you know.
Yeah.
So Wilfred, so he never calls himself Wilfred. It's Wilfs. You see, even black people know they know they'll turn their names like Wilfs or SK, like SK, or something like that. They'll always try and customize their colonizer name into something nickname or something more cool.
Something make a difference.
Make it different, because even they know deep down, unsubconsciously, they're not comfortable
to have that name. Especially even if you're in the high level there, marketing there. So that's what we're bringing to people now. We take back. Even we're talking about with Sujida. Like even if we take Muslim name, we still become slave.
Yeah. For
the Muslim,
the Arabs. Yeah.
We should take African name.
But why don't people want to? Because I spoke to one of my African friends, and he just had a daughter, and he gave her a very very Caucasian name, and I was like, bro, I said, why didn't you want to go for an African name or something like that? And he's like, oh nah, but times are changing and. Everyone's kind of just. Why do you think people are? They don't want to.
The weak of mind. So the weak of mind also, you got to say, oh, if I give her African names, when they go to apply a job, they will not go to call her for a job. They will see, because that poor mentality who doesn't know who you are.
Yeah.
Identity is so powerful,
but
because of poor mind, we feel inferiority complex. You see, and that
if someone doesn't know how to pronounce your name, it's an issue.
Yes, you feel embarrassed.
You feel embarrassed.
See your young girl, beautiful, but you realize when people start calling your name, even it becomes more interest.
Yeah, it empowers you.
And then also the white society, the old ones, they have that thing they don't want to change, because you remember, to give their names, it was to differentiate from Muslim and Christians.
Yeah.
So that's the reason. So they really want to know who we are. Yes, because you see, Islam really fought white people, even up to now.
Yeah. They fought for their culture. Same as the Indians. Same as the Asians.
But for them, at least they were not wars all the times. Because you remember also, Islam also attack India, attack China. Also, Islam attacked them.
No, but they always fought. So the Chinese, the Indians, North and Southeast Asians, Chinese, North Southeast Asians, and the Arabics, even the Russians. Yeah, even Russians, they're white, but they've also tried to differentiate. They're not like we're white, like these Caucasian Anglo-Saxon, but they've all tried to protect their culture and protect their identity and protect their name.
Yes.
You'll never find, you'll never ever, you'll never find a Russian, a Chinese or Indian with like a Caucasian or a name that doesn't reflect their culture.
Yes. So they're like maybe like Asia, maybe there's country like Hong Kong where there was too much influence of English. So some they did. Yeah. But even what I was saying, Sujira, even if you see a Chinese have name like Johnson, you want to say, what?
You'd be like, what the what's going
there's
on?
a question. But when you're Africans,
it's
no
normal.
One question,
it's normal. Yeah.
See, which should be not normal. And because, you see, they had things...
And that's where the respect comes from.
That is it.
That's where the respect comes from.
That is it. That's why I say, look, Indians, they get respected because, culture,
that's where the respect comes from. Yeah. How can someone respect you if your name's Ian, and Ian's a Scottish name? Yeah.
And so he came to Africa, give you the name.
And you got colonized. So how can someone really just look at you and respect that, like, and respect you as a person of who you are with your culture, with your tradition, and even just you as a man? Because
look all those leaders in Africa.
Yeah, think about it. How would you think? All right, think about it. And I don't know if black people think like this. How would you feel if you came to a white country and they all had Kenyan names?
Yeah, you found a white name called Rubasha or Ndiezeye or Kibaki.
You'd think like you're trying to be us. Isn't that what you think? Mm. You wouldn't really respect them. You'd be like, why do you have our names? So you guys are trying to be, so you guys must think we're better than you. So you guys must think we are better than you. Because you're trying to keep... So I don't understand why black people don't think like that too.
So like even in Rwanda, they even worse. Because when they came, even now, if you take your children, you give them 2 African names, in the school they're not going to allow you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So you have to have a name and your Rwanda name.
No way.
So our Rwanda name, we call them pagan names. And then the other one is a Christian name or Muslim name.
That's crazy.
And how it is. So those are the things we try to bring. And when we bring it to the whole community, it's going to change. Of course, to change the name is not easy. To transfer the name is not easy. But that is where we're broken. We are broken. That's why we go back home. We still not feel we are home. You see, you are diaspora. They still call you a diaspora. You go to South Africa, you are black, you are Kenyan, you go Uganda, you go to thinking there. People sees you like you are... They will not go to tolerate you. They go to eat you live. You see, your money they go to take away from you. You go to bribe and say you get tired. See, I have 2 friends who went back home. One is in hospitality. But to come from Australia to start his business, he say he go to work into business. He was looking, because he told me, everybody want to steal you from supplier. Who bring the eggs. He can't bring them. You say, okay, he ordered the 20 and then he put there, you trust it.
Integrity.
Your integrity.
There's no integrity.
There's no integrity. You have to go there, you count to 20.
You got to be on the floor, yeah.
You'll be on the floor.
Yeah.
Even the one the cook is going to give, you have to count them and make sure he's watching. You see, everything.
You got to watch everything.
You have to have everything. So, but when local do the business there with local, that trust is there. You see? That thing there, because that is mentality to go, it's come from cities have money, or you go to the, because they wonder, what is doing here anyway? You should go.
He won't miss it anyway. Yes, it's like when we're talking about Gormaya, how they took my funds. They took it because they were thinking in their mind, he doesn't need it anyway.
Yes.
He's from there. But the crazy thing was at the time I needed it.
Yes.
I didn't have rent.
Even they
I had to pay my rent.
Like that. Your money is your money.
My money is exactly. Even if I needed it,
the secretary of the club take somebody's salary?
Yeah.
How even the system allow?
And then do you know what the crazy thing about it? So for those who are listening, I've explained the story. In 2014, I'd gone back to Kenya and I was playing for Gormaya, which was a local football team, the KPL. And there was a time I was getting my salary. I was getting paid, so we usually get paid, a monthly salary. And I don't know how much it was at the time.
Like with 30,000 Kenya shillings.
Yeah, it might have been like, I think it's 500 euros. Something like that. It's like 500. It was 500 euros a month. Wasn't much. The secretary called me and she was like, "Yeah, Niva, I'm just taking your money real quick because I have to pay rent. You know, I've got to pay my rent really quickly." And I was just like, "What the fuck? What do you mean you got to pay rent?" I was like, "Nah, that's my money." And she's like, "Yeah, don't worry. You get it tomorrow. You get it tomorrow." And then tomorrow came, I never got paid. So I went straight to the manager of the owner, the director of the club, right? And he's just like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it. We'll get you paid. And you know, I'm believing him. He's like, "Yeah, we're trying to do everything." But long story short, I never got my money. They took my money. I never got my money. But the crazy thing about that was, even just watching, there wasn't even any actions to her.
No, even to the club.
No, forget about the club. But she took my money. Shouldn't she get punished?
No. So
I'm saying someone in a company takes someone's money, they have to get fired.
Yeah, it doesn't even allow. He can't even take it.
Yeah,
but the system in place where he will never.
There's not even a way to. Yeah, there's not even a way. But it's crazy because I figured out later on, and this is what I was telling you about yesterday, that now that I realize they were all in on it together.
Yes,
it was a setup from the beginning. He obviously would have gone and told her, "Oh man, don't worry about this," because they knew my contract renewal was coming up.
Yes.
Because they weren't going to extend the contract. So they're like, "Okay, so since his contract's coming up, it's the end. It's almost the end. Let's just steal whatever final money."
Now that corruption is in the club. So even is there in the FIFA.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. The recruitment, the players, everywhere. They do everything there. So you see, and there's a good word you say. As Africans in the business, there is no integrity. That is the thing, that is the best word you say, because that's what we are missing. Everything there. When you get people employed to do the job, if you're not standing.
But I noticed something about Africans, right? Why do we have like there was a time when I was working. I was at a job when I was in Queensland, and there was this black guy, because you know me, I like to try and be integrity to I'd rather not be integrity to the white people, but I'd rather show integrity to my black people. You know, that's how all races work. Like they work together. Like the Arabs, they work together. The Indians work together. So there was this black guy at my work. This African guy, this guy from Burundi, and you know he used to come in sometimes, and because he used to smoke weed before work. And one day he came in, and you know that's automatic fired. If you come in with drug, anything, that's automatic, you get fired. And he'd already had a warning before. So he came in one day, he smelled like weed. I pulled him to the side. I said, "Yo, bro, what are you doing? I can smell it on you, bro. You gotta go fucking wash up, you know, da-da-da-da. You don't want these people to see you because you're gonna lose your job." So I looked out for him, right? And then one day when I did something at work where I took a break, I went on a break for just a little bit too long, he went and told the manager on me. You see? So I noticed that with black people, we have this thing where we'll show integrity we'll be more loyal integrity to a white person, but we're quick to throw our own brother or someone who looks like us under the bus.
Yes.
Why is that?
So that is also, they call nature jealous. So nature jealous is just, you are not going to feel support your brother to support you. So it's a competition. Yeah. So that competition is there. But also it could be there even in the family. So in the family, when you have brother and sister, you do something there, your young brother, he should protect you, but it's the one who's going to do it.
But why do we do it? But why does anyone else do that?
Yes, it starts.
The Indians don't do that. Asians don't do that. Arabs don't do that.
Remember, it starts from home. See, it starts from home. Everything's background starts from home. How we related to each other's family, and how the school there, you know. And again, it's more about to start to know who we are. So even the society itself is dividing us. Yeah. Even here, go to say, "Oh, this is Sudanese," or "This here Kenyan." These are things. So the society always have been there to continue to divide us. So now that division always is there. You bring not to trust each other. That's how it's nature. So always I call nature jealous. Somebody who knows you even if you are black.
Nature jealousy or natural jealousy? What are you saying?
Yeah, nature jealous. Nature jealous, yes.
Nature jealousy.
Yes. Nothing reason to make him to go to W, but he feel he want to be maybe.
But is that jealousy or is that like a...
Yeah,
I don't
I
even feel
call
like
it
jealous.
nature. So nature is some things in you go to feel, that's okay, I can give you. But why else is not going to do that? Because there is no love there. There is no.
But is it? I think it's more self-hate. I think we hate. I think it's more self-hate. I think it's more. There's some Africans who their self-hate is so deep because remember how you treat, and this is what I've realized, right? How you treat other people, right, is a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself.
Yes, but you remember,
right?
Again, yes.
If you think well of yourself and you're happy with yourself and you're secure with yourself, you're gonna reflect that onto other people. That's how you're gonna treat other people.
Yes.
But if you hate yourself, you hate your life. And I'm not even just talking about black people here. I'm talking about anyone, someone who's maybe overweight or someone who's negative, someone who just is insecure about so many things in their life and they hate on so many things about other people. They relay that same feeling to others, towards others.
Yes, that's nature. That is the law. As you what you think is what you become.
So it's I'd say it's self-hate. It's more self-hate.
So it's the same. It's always the society has always put a lot of name on us. So now, until you learn to remove those names to yourself. So you see, even as we're talking about now, is because we take those learning self-development to know who you are. So we have to study it. So normally I was like everyone else. So until I learn the way I have to carry the self, how to love self.
So
when I love myself, I will know I will not go to harm my brothers.
So what do you say to
that? I didn't know. Because I was hating myself, I would feel everything, I would feel racism, everything you feel negative.
So what do you say to the African who says, the only reason I have self-hate is because I've given up on my people. I've got no, because I know a lot of Africans feel like this.
Yes.
So hold on. I've given up on my people. I feel like there's no way I can get through with my people. I feel like so I may as well just go be a slave to the white man. Yeah. Because that is a true thing. I'm going to be honest with you. That's a true thing. Yes. There's some Africans out there that they don't even get accepted into their own, like the guy who snitched on me, a perfect example, right? The guy who told on me, he's one of those type of Africans, right? He's an African, he'll come around, no one's gonna say hi to him. His own people are not gonna say hi to him. You know, he's just one of those guys that you wouldn't embrace. So I kind of feel, I get where he's coming from. He may as well just go be a coon to the white man because what else is he gonna do in this life? Remember, if you get too lonely in this life, it gets depressing. You know, if you don't have people, you don't have brothers, you don't have a network, it's going to get very depressing. So I feel like a lot of these black Africans, they suffer from that too. So what do you say to that guy who's suffering? He doesn't even know who he is. He's not even accepted in his culture. He doesn't know his culture. He better off just go, you know, maybe marry a white girl or go be a slave to the white man. That's the only opportunity he's going to get in life.
Yes. So that's how it comes. Everything start within. So within it's you. So if you don't have self-love for yourself, that's what they are missing. Yes. Your life starts with you. If you don't have love yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, if you have weakness in yourself, so that is where always you have been having it. So how does it change? There's two ways. There's something called awakening. Awakening is going to wake you up to learn. See, everything should be learned. To be moving your self-hate, you have to be going this inspiration. White people, they've been inspiration. There's speeches, there's all those things there. So you have to be awakened to know something's going to change you or something's going to teach you how life is how I changed. How did I know? Because I was like them. I was feeling like them until I learned from Never God. And they say, you have to love yourself before you love somebody else. And that changed me straight away. Yes, because that is why you know, oh, this is my brother. When the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself, that was mean. See, you have to love yourself first before you love somebody else. If you're walking on the street,
But the Bible said, love your neighbor
as you
as you love yourself. But some
yes.
people don't even love themselves.
That's what I'm saying. So we are not going to love neighbor. That's what I'm saying. So you have to learn to love.
So you got to love you got to love yourself first before you even
Yes, because that was me.
And I think that went over a lot of people's heads.
So I used to walk on the street, feel there's racism. I can feel it there. I can see people who don't even talk to me. I saw them. I get scared, and nothing told me. Maybe they're scared because the way I'm walking like a zombie. See. You have to learn how to walk as feel yourself, have confidence. That's the things never God teach me. Walk with self, look somebody in the eyes. So the first thing now I see African who self-hate when I start looking in their eyes. And they start looking on down there. So those, the awakening. So awakening came anytime. If you like it, although you don't like it, you can come on times, or you can meet your friends on work, or you can do something on work, and that's how it is. Now, back home now, this is what we have. Self-hate is what we have. People have money. People have job. People don't even have a debt. They have cash flow. But guess what? They feel they are poor. They feel they are poor. But he can see you coming from Western Australia, he feel you are rich. Because the way you carry yourself, the way you do this thing there, he think you are, but no. It's two things there. So self-development is the key. Than to have maybe financial money is totally different. People have money, they feel they are poor.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But we went on a bit of a tangent there. But so look, let's bring it back to the diaspora.
Yes.
So coming back to
again, it's the same diaspora. Diaspora, you go back home. The way behavior and also something also make people lose what they're doing. So your behavior and the work ethic from here, and you try to take it home. So that is another challenge now. You want to work, you want to be anything online there, and then you found a system there.
It's not the same. So which is why I'm saying, like, how crucial is it to have an income here or to have some sort of base? Because I feel like some people, when they leave, I think that some Africans, they didn't really understand the concept of moving to the West, right? Moving to the West wasn't just to come to the West, to go to school and to go to church and to live in a civilized place. I think it was to make advantage of the system, right? Take advantage of the system, right? Do the best of the system because it's a very good system here. There's good money here. And then build something here that maintains so you can go back home and you're not relying on the stuff that's back home. So you're not necessarily just going to say, okay, I'm going to just gamble everything and hope something comes up. You're going there saying, okay, look, I'm going to go there. I'm going to try something. Whatever happens, it's okay because I've got something back there to rely on. You know, I've got something in Australia to rely on. I've got something in Canada to rely on. How important would you say, because I know for me, before I move to Africa or I go to Africa, I got to have something here. Because I'm not going to Africa to start waiting and relying on African money or things that happen there.
Yes, but so you remember, also, so you remember the two ways. You could be employed, you could do your business. But also, you could get employed.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
You go have a job, you are working with a company. You are working, and that company maybe
something goes wrong.
Something goes wrong. It doesn't matter how many degree you have experience in Australia. To get another job back home, you become...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, investments.
Become hard.
That's what I'm saying, investments, business.
No, you see, there are two things. So even though you still have income here, what you go to stay there if your business you are staying there is not bringing the income? There is no need.
What do you mean?
So we are trying to say, oh, at least I could still have my outside Australia income, which will continue keeping me going back in Africa. Yes, but also you get tired. So the other things now is the people who goes whole family.
What you mean you get tired? You can have something here that's paying you like $3,000, $4,000 a month.
Yes, but why do you continue to lose that money?
But it's coming in consistent.
Yes, but what do you do with it? You could invest here more than if you're having a business which is not working. So the other things is you could be moved back there. Other things we do, Like I can give you an example. I moved there 2014. Also, we tried to go to back there. So now you are working there.
So why that is? So tell us about your 2014. You went back there as a diaspora. I remember because I came with you.
Yes.
I ended up coming a bit later.
Yes. So
you
so
went before
trying,
me.
yes.
Yeah. So what happened? Why did you go over there?
For me, it was emotion. I didn't have a plan, so I was doing nothing there.
What were you doing here before? Like the five years before that, previously in Australia?
Yeah, I was
What were
doing
you
the same thing.
Yeah, what?
Driving.
Doing what? Driving?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what? So when did you get that emotional? And what pushed you to say I'm gonna go there?
So when I went back there 2012,
Yeah.
I see how Rwanda was doing there.
You went to visit just to
Yes,
see
we
things,
see
and you
there.
saw like
Yes, so
progress.
progress.
What'd you see that really caught your eye?
So everything was down. So the country was moving forward from everything, from selling
Yeah.
wholesale, for selling cars, for anything could have been going to eat, could have been there. But I didn't have a plan.
You didn't have a plan?
I didn't have a plan because I have a family who was here, and the family wasn't. It's me who was providing them for the rent, for all those things there.
Yeah.
So now the money, small money I was making even through the
Because we were in
family.
high school back then,
Yes,
right?
I had to send money back from Rwanda to Australia. So which was so hard.
That's
also
killing,
to,
that's
yes,
killing
it
it.
was
Yeah.
killing me. So financially, I was not stable. I thought, maybe mom will continue to maintain the house here, or maybe the business I'm going to do is going to make. It's hard. I couldn't be able to.
So what did you try and
But
do
I
when you
didn't
went?
have-
What did you even try and do? What were you trying to do
Yes,
there?
I would try to.
Because I remember you said I'm just going for business.
Yes, so
But I was a bit young.
it
I was young
more
back
about
then.
property from the family. I was trying to build, buy lands to build. So also working most again, I was lucky family had some assets there to build. I want to start business there, but I couldn't be able to do it. Again, it was conflict in the family. So which was that things, if you don't plan what you're going to do, don't go with emotions. So emotion doesn't thinking there. And then you remember mom came, she gets a job with one there. And then after 3 months, they could get renewed for contract. So that's what it is. So you have to have a plan, a proper plan, what you're going to do. But again, there's people who went plan. And then they still make it.
It's still messed up.
Even them, they went with cash flow. They had enough, and they have something support back here. Yes. And then also sometimes, so there's a trust. Also the women, if you go as a man, also your women, they will not feel comfortable if you go to live in Africa. See, women here also, they're not comfortable.
So I've noticed this whole move back to Africa thing is only very common 95% with men. So for instance, the kids who like grew up here, even some who were born here, grew up here, they're more okay, cool. The men though, the boys, they're like, I want to, we want to go back, do this here. But I noticed the girls, they're not with that.
No,
the girls want to stay here. They want to stay westernized. They don't want nothing to do with going back to Africa. Why is that?
Because if they say to start, it's that hard. Because even they know for them it could be lifestyle. For the girls, it's more lifestyle. So because again, when you're a girl, lifestyle here you have the freedom here you have your girl, the way you feel, you should dress whatever you feel, you do all those things there. So when you're a girl, when you go back home, you're not going to get that freedom. You're not going to dress the way
the feminism of the West, the freedom here.
So it's going to be hard for them. So
and then even here they can work, they can pay.
They can pay, they can do whatever they want, they can travel.
Is it worth it? Because I see one thing here I see about African women, they always complain in the West, is the stress of the workplace. You see, so you get all that here, but the stress. But there's no stress in Africa.
So there is a stress in Africa. There is a stress, but people don't know is a stress. So there's some things we got to learn. Everything you have to learn. Even stress, you have to learn to deal with it. There's something called self-development. Self-development, it's you yourself. You are Africans. You are working in this environment. You are professional. You are doing that. Working alone is not enough. To have a degree itself is not enough. To have good job itself it doesn't not enough. I know most of these CEOs, they have made good money, big CEOs. Why everyone have a coach? 2 or 3 coaches. Everybody need to have that self-development after your professionalism. That is what Africa we are missing. You need to have another person to coach you wherever you go to go, wherever you go to do anything there. When even you see that these people pay a huge money, all those coaches, they get paid money. You wonder why somebody pay $1 million for somebody to come to tell him how life is. Because it's needed. It changes. There's a pressure for job. There's a pressure for who you are. There's a competition at work. So people think itself. So now that's where always now Africa we come there and say, oh, there is racism. You forgot there is other things you should go to do before you fight that life will give to you. Self-development. Have a coach. Go to see a counselor. Why the counselor here get paid a lot? They do work. You meet them 2 or 3 hours, they change, they turn around. Technology have been doing good. Some, of course, you have to do good, the one which the problem you have. This motivational speaker work. It changed me. It changed the way I see the world. Mm-hmm. And that the things African we are missing. Mm-hmm. We see one thing, and then only the result is the one word, racism. Mm. Even if it could be true or could be not true. Because you have try another angle to see what is really wrong with me. So it's you, how you carry yourself, how you do things for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
So good, man.
That's
so good
it, man.
To chat.
Yeah, I think it's our first one. Hopefully many more. Yeah, it's a good. So tell them what are you going to do on your trip?
So my trip again, I am writing my second book.
Okay.
So the book now is Rubasha, Reveal God to Africans. So Africans have been learning, have been educated from different motivation speaker, Neville Goddard, Joseph Benner. So those they are people who realized the Christianity wasn't the right way to do it. They know it and they write it. They speak about it. That was 1900. But no one led them. The church never led them, what they have been teachers, to be outside there. So now, what I'm trying to tell people, say, look, there is other translation. See, they give African one. This is what it is. Don't believe anything else. If you believe anything else, it's going to be the end of the world. So now I'm trying to reveal you, this is the other way. Listen first. See now, we have been arguing. When you try to say, I'm God, people, imagine, look, this guy, what he say? Is he crazy? Look, he tried to... Who told you? A missionary, because he didn't want to be like him. So, and that's what I'm doing there. And also I changed my name in Australia legally. So now I have to go to do it now in Rwanda and Kenya. So it's a long journey. And then also we're going to go for holiday in Cape Town. So which is good.
Be safe out there. South Africa is dangerous. Be safe.
Everywhere is dangerous. So even here, people...
South Africa is dangerous.
No. See, but people leave. See, so that the fear now the Westerners always bring to people's mind. Oh, this place is dangerous. This place
South Africa is dangerous,
yes,
bro.
but what I'm saying, when you say dangerous,
we're not.
Yes,
South Africa.
That's what they teach you. You haven't been there.
Of course I have.
When was that?
When I was at the airport?
Yes.
I didn't even make it out and I got hustled.
So
I got hustled out of my money.
That is 20 years ago.
That was 20 years ago.
I'm trying to teach you.
No, recently.
Yes, I'm trying to teach you. Go a place there, you see what you say, and then you see it. So wait for me when I come back, I will tell you.
Yeah, okay. We'll see.
So that
we're gonna have a podcast when we come back.
Yes. So everywhere there's a good place and there's a bad place. Everywhere you can feel found of yourself.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
There.
Of course, I mean, just don't wear anything flashy. Don't wear any jewelry.
It depends where you go. If you go on the street in the market, you can't go like that. But if you go a place classy, you go there, no one is going to attach. It depends where you go. If you go to the wrong place, you go to get a problem. If you go to the right place, you never have a problem. You know?
Yeah.
That's the thing there.
All right, man.
Guys,
Cheers.
thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, and thank you. Continue to support us. And we're inspiring you everywhere you are, as a family, as a friends. This is the way we should share our beliefs and our thought. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Peace.
Hey, what's wrong? Bro, I'm stressed out. I'm running my business. I've got to serve my customers, but I need more customers coming in. I can't keep relying on word of mouth. Why don't you just use ETS Rubasha Media? Who? Well, with AI now, what they do is they go in, get your perfect clients, bring them in front of you. So all I got to do is run my business and he brings me opportunities. Think about it. You speak to 3,000 of your ideal customers, convert 1% of that 3,000, that's 30 people. 30 people in a room with you, can you convert that? Of course I'll close them. I'm good at what I do. I just don't have time to be going and looking for my perfect client. Focus on what you love doing and let them bring you customers. When you win, they win, commission, ching. Sujira Rubasha, huh? Yeah, Sujira Rubasha. Go and Google them, man. Come on, take it to the bank. If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're gonna love that one.